Hey guys, welcome back to Trail Tested. And we got a special little tiny one for you today because this is the GLEERIDE A9. Now this is a 48 volt system. It has a 500 watt brushless hub motor on the back there that peaks out to 750 watts. That's pretty impressive for this little guy. I can't wait to test that out. Now along with that, this has a 20 amp hour battery. That is pretty amazing. 20 amp hours is typically what you get in an 80 or 90 pound full-size mountain bike, electric mountain bike. So range, we'll put a good range test today, but that should do pretty good. Now, right off the bat, what I am noticing is this suspension. We got dual suspension right up here in between the middle of the links there, and then we have a quad suspension in the back there. Very cool. It gives it a very awesome tank look to it. Very tough. Even with all those suspension components, this is a folding bike. This will fold up into a tiny little compact size and fit in the back of your car, no problem. Second thing I'm noticing is, check it out, we even have a rear seat with a rest in the back. How nice is that? This is advertised for adults, so this should be able to hold up some serious weight. As a matter of fact, this will hold up to 330 pounds of cargo. And we'll scroll up to this top seat right here. It's big. This is a big seat, and it is comfy. Nobody's gonna have much trouble sitting on that. And the features don't stop there. We got ourselves a little basket up top. How cool is that? We're not gonna be riding with that today, just so you guys can get a full view of the road, but very nice they have that basket up there that goes just like that. We have a single speed chainring. I like this. I don't like it when they put all those gears on little bikes like this and you have that derailleur clinking and clocking around in the back. Very simple, single chainring, nicely done. And we'll try to get a quick scope at the motor here. It's big, it's encased in here. It's definitely a 750 watt. Now the features keep coming. Let's run down here real quick. We got some passenger foot pegs in the back there to put the feet down. Very sweet. And as we're looking back there, we'll check up front here. We have some 160 millimeter disc rotors up top. That's a pretty good size for this type of bike. They are mechanical brakes, but that's okay. A little small bike like this does not need hydraulics whatsoever. And these are much easier to tune and service when needed. As for the pedals, you got your typical plastic pedals. They do have some nice teeth there. I like those little grippers. All right, we're swooping in for some quality control. Let's check out the welds here. The machine welds, they're seamless. They're pretty nice, pretty solid. No slag splatter around there or nothing there. That was very nicely cleaned up by a grinder. Very good to see. All the welds are looking pretty good. Very nice. Now let's scope into this battery right here. We are UL certified. And right there, 20 amp hours, 960 watt hours, 54.6 volts at that current topped off right there. Now, as far as removing the battery, couldn't be any easier. You got a little key right here. That's a nice little safety feature, keeps that locked in. You're gonna come down here, you're gonna grab that seat. That folds up very nicely for you, just like that. Come on this side or right there if you can see. Unplug that little guy right there, and then just like that, just like magic, pow, the battery is out. Also makes it much lighter for transporting right there. And to install right there, hit that click, you hear that? Boom, lock it up and put that down. Plug her back in, you got the beep, you are good to go. And with that lithium battery right there, you get yourself a nice little 2 amp charger. Good size, that should have you fully charged up from dead in about 6 hours. And for these little 14-inch tires right here, we got some good off-road tread. That should be fun on the trails today. Looks like that should do good on the roads too right there. Check out those little nubbers. All right, looks like we got a little tail light back there. Might do some blinker action too. Coming up here, we got that rear seat looking nice. It's plush. And there's an awesome little handle there for your little buddy if you're carrying one. Pretty sweet. Back up to the saddle. Again, very nice. All right, scrolling through and pow, we are at the handlebars. All right, the features just keep coming right now. All right, check it out. We got ourselves a little key fob right there. Woo, hear that? Little security system on there. In case somebody wants to shake it, that'll go off. And pop that right there to unlock it. And once you are unlocked, pop your key into the ignition right there. And boom, instantly fires it right up. Nice little black and white display LCD right there. Tells you a couple things. You've got your mileage, your battery percentage up there, and your miles per hour. Now, typically bikes like this will only be pedal assisted to get the power going. Not this one. We got the full twist throttle. Very sweet, instant power too. I like it, and I like the grips too. Pretty nice. And your brake levers, they're typical. They're right there, your old mechanical brake levers. 1 finger, 2 finger, not bad. And scrolling on over, and pow! This is my cell phone, but this came equipped on the bike already by itself. And look right down here. Pop that off, boom, you got yourself a little USB charger. So if you need to charge your cameras or your phone, plug that right in. We'll test that on the trail and you're good to go. How sweet is that? And we're coming on over some more action here. Looks like we got some blinkers maybe. Pa-pow, pa-pow. And headlight action. Pew, whoop. And let's check out that trail friendly horn. Nope, that is a motorcycle horn, very loud. And it looks like we have some power settings right down here. 1, 2, and 3, top gear. We'll probably be in 3 most of the ride today, but cool that you can switch that over and change that. Scrolling up, we got that front headlight right there, and we'll check out those cool Euro style blinkers right there. Very nice, nicely located, easy to see. Let's pop on that right one there, and there we have it. Let's test out the anti-theft feature here real quick. All right, got it nice and locked up. Let's see if somebody tries to take this bike. Move it. Oh yeah, as soon as you move it, it's going. I'm already here, run. Probably one of my favorite features on this bike. That is so cool to see that. Now, along with the 6 shock absorbers in the back there and 2 in the middle there, you also got a front fork that does have some travel on it too. So very nice, see some front suspension up top too. Now, the overall weight of this bike is 66 pounds, and they claim up to 50 miles of range pedal assisting. So we're gonna be doing mostly throttle today, so we're gonna see what that comes out to be. But nonetheless, I am way too excited. Enough chitty chatter for right now. Let's get the GLEERIDE A9 on the road and on the trail, and let's get it sent. Let's go. All right, and guys, coming in hot on the GLEERIDE. All right, I'm about 5'9". I'm standing right next to this bike here. I got the seat down low as it can go, and it's still pretty comfortable for me for cruising around like that. But nonetheless, I just wanted to give you show you how I look standing right next to this bike right here. All right, ooh, cozy. All right, let's hit the trail. And all right, we are all settled up on the GLEERIDE. I even got my cell phone up here. I got 5% when I started charging it just a couple minutes ago. It's already at 9%. I'm gonna be keeping track of all my range data on here as well for you today, and we'll get some GPS verification right there as well. Hey, so nonetheless, let's kick this off in number 1 mode, all right? Woo, all right. Very beginner friendly, easy kick of power right there. Bring us up to 10 miles an hour. Yeah, about 10 miles an hour. That's the spot right there. Let's just bump it straight. Oh, let's go over some bumps. Very nice. Let's go bump it up to number 2 now. And oh yeah, you get a nice little kick of power right there. Cruising now. Looks like we're doing about 14 miles an hour in stage 2 right there. All right, let's bump it to number 3 now. And whoa, there we go. This thing's cooking. All right, man, this little guy's nimble. Check that out, I like it, pretty straight. All right, let's go ahead and test out the pedals here a little bit. All right, as we get pedaling, puts in a little power, and you're ghost pedaling at about 10 miles an hour right there. So you're looking for some exercise, probably not your best bet, but you're looking for some throttle fun? Yeah, this is the guy for you. All right, check my phone here again. Yeah, it's at 10% now. The charger is working good. I'm gonna move that phone in just a little bit so you guys can get a more clear angle of the road right there. We're going downhill. Let's see what we can get for a top speed downhill. Look like 21 miles an hour on the little tack down there. This bike is sure getting a lot of looks though. It is something to look at though. Man, you get on that power and the power is right there. It's very nice. All right, we're gonna try to tack this hill. We're going uphill, probably about a 10% grade at the very steepest. Nonetheless, we're at 18 miles an hour. Can it hold us up this hill? Let's see what's going on. We're at 18, 17, 16, going 15. Woo! Yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all for how small this guy is. Pretty torquey. All right, time for a little suspension test. See what those front forks are all about. We're gonna bang right into this. Oh yeah, not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. No clickety-clacketing. I mean, it's a little stiff, but it's doing it. I'm definitely getting a little comfort going through there. All right, on our way up Cemetery Road here. This is a pretty tough hill for a normal basic 750s. And we're pulling just fine, actually. We are cruising up this thing, picking up speed still. 19 miles an hour, not bad. All right, now that we get that full speed up, let's go for a full brake test here. Oh, yes. Yeah, the brakes are good. They are pretty good for mechanical. I had about 2 fingers on them, just pulling them in. No problem right there. All right, time for a little agility test. We're gonna test these 14-inch tires out real quick, along with the brakes on this 90-degree turn right here. Powering through, very nice. Now I think I'm hearing a regen brake. I thought I was reading somewhere in the description that this had some type of regen braking, downhill braking, but I'm not sure, but I can hear something. All right, something I just noticed. I didn't notice it because it was so quiet. That motor, there is zero, and I mean zero noise coming from that motor behind me. Nothing at all. Even the tires are pretty quiet. All I can really hear is a little bit of rattling from whatever back there. Now it is almost 95 degrees here today with high humidity. It is hot. So we're putting a good test to the controller and motors on this thing today, that's for sure. All right, I've been charging my phone this entire time. We are 4.2 miles in. I've been fully on the throttle and we have full bars still. It says 4.7 miles on the tach here, so that is about right. All right, now if you guys live out in the country or down some dirt roads and you need to do a little commuting on this guy, let's try it out. All right, we got some good rocks on this dirt road here, looking good. Yeah, doing no problem at all. Now, something I wish they would have done as a safety feature for me, I wish they would have put the back brake on the opposite side as the throttle. That is kind of a safety issue for me, because when you need to go for an emergency stop, like that, you don't want to be busy on that throttle right there and not have that hand ready, because if you lock up that front, you got skid out or you could wash out a little bit. So, nonetheless, it's kind of a preference for me, but I'd much rather see that rear brake on the opposite side of the throttle. And guys, real quick, I want to give a big shout out to GLEERIDE for sending me out this bike for review. They didn't ask me to sign any contracts, say anything. They just sent it out and to say, have some fun. So thank you for that. All right, we made the climb and now we are at Peters Hill. Let's tackle this little trail we have here. No problem with the 750 watt. We're gonna be doing a lot of uphill going here, cruising the trails. Whew. All right, over the bump and bam, now let's start it. We're gonna roll off, do a little agility test down this trail here. We're gonna try to keep my feet on the pegs this time. All right, here we go. Coming inside, we got these switchback turns right here. Oh yeah, this thing is so fun. It's just a little cruiser. All right, ripping the trails, full speed. Here's a switchback 90-degree turn. Oh yeah. All right, let's ride the bank a little bit. Oh yeah, and it jumped it. Oh yeah, cruising through. I can feel that regen braking. It definitely has a little regen braking going on there. And for that full speed, high speed test, oh yeah, stoppage complete. Yeah, that's Peters Hill. And we're off, starting at the very bottom. Give a couple little pedals in for fun. And we're cruising. All right, this has been a pretty enjoyable ride so far. At this price point, I have not seen a bike under $1,000 that has this many features built in. It's pretty wild, it's pretty cool. All right, rolling uphill, we're gonna keep the throttle on and it keeps the power on. Oh, full leanage. Switch back, backstroke, oh, full leanage. Oh, too much fun. We got sheep bombing down, nice. And just like that, back up to the top of Peters Hill. All right, we're going in for a full nimble test. We're going up the old yellow brick road right here with all the flowers. Oh, this is a tiny little sidewalk and it's steep. We're going straight uphill right now. Full 90-degree turns. Oh man, this thing is just simple to throw around. This is the easiest bike I've had to take up this yet. All right, we are full throttle. It's still picking up speed. That 750 watts is pumping out. Whoa, there we go. We got it, we're nailing it. All right, last corner to go and stick it right there. And there we have it. Now, I wasn't planning on doing an off-road test, but we're gonna do an off-road test anyway, just to get us back down. All right, we're gonna be going straight down a descent here. Lots of huge rocks, ruts, just rain, so there's stuff all over the place. And this is a full suspension bike. But now, guys, let me tell you right now, please don't ride like me. I only ride like this to show you what's gonna shake, shimmy, or come loose before you purchase it. So please do not ride like me. All right, these brakes are doing a killer job. I mean, this is not a mountain bike trail. This is a very, very, very rough trail. And the GLEERIDE is taking us. All right, here we go. We gotta stay up high right here to stay out of that snaky snake right there. And floating down. For 14-inch wheels, I didn't have to take my, oh, dang it. I had to took my foot off one time there. And boom, powered up it. The GLEERIDE. I was not planning on doing that today. This thing sent it. Check. And guys, if you want to take a little passenger for a ride, pop the wife on, the kid, whatever you need on the back, cushy little seat, and there you go, you're off. All right, on the road and back onto the trail where this thing belongs. All right, that absolutely did great going off that off-road right there. That is worst case scenario, but nonetheless, here we are, we're back cruising. Now, a positive to owning this bike is technically it's not a class 1 bike, but you will absolutely have no issues going through any trails or anything and getting in any sort of trouble driving this thing. Even though it has a twist throttle, this is still a very low-key bike, and you should be able to take this on any class 1, class 2 trails. All right, guys, we're 11 miles in, and we lost battery power. We're starting to run down a little low. I think I took it too far today. Let's see if we can get us home on this rest of what battery we have left here. We are full throttle. The light is blinking. It's keeping me at 10 miles an hour, so we're gonna limp it home. Maybe throw in a little pedal action too. Come on, little guy, get us home. All right, nice little off-road send. We're gonna get it on through here, rolling up, rolling down, and around. Very nice. All right, let's thread the needle. Oh no, and unfortunately, I think that is it for us today. All right, this should be a good test to see if we can pedal home and get us home nicely. We're still getting a little power put in. I can feel it as I'm powering there, but nonetheless, my throttle is gone. And guys, you gotta store this bike. Well, folding it up is an absolute breeze. Come on down here to the front, click open that, pull it up, and pop that out of the hatch. And you got your handlebars down. To unfold the middle here, unpop that latch, take it out, and then hit that latch right there, and it's gonna fold up just like that for you. All right, and then once you have it like that, throw it in the back. Yeah, pop that up and close the door, and you're good to go. And there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for riding with us today. That was pretty epic. We had to do some pedaling home, but nonetheless, we made it. Now, unfortunately, that 20 amp hour battery, I was really hoping would take us all the way around our trail there, but it didn't quite get us there. It looked like we were at about 11 miles before that battery pooped out on us right there. But nonetheless, I was charging my phone for a good 45 minutes, and I was on that throttle in the highest mode possible, ripping this thing up those huge hills. Despite the battery dying, the rear motor is completely silent. It is such a silent motor. The brakes work great. As far as features go, you will not find another bike that has more features than this under $1,000. It's got so much going for it. But nonetheless, we're going to give this battery another charge and play around a little more. So yeah, guys, we're just getting into August 2025, and this is listed at $699 on the website. So if you are interested, take a look at the description below, and I'll show you where to find this. But nonetheless, this has been the GLEERIDE A9. Thank you so much for watching. Happy trails. Peace.